Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another installment of How to Get Screwed Over Without Really Trying, the Forza Motorsport Edition. So, this all started probably about 3 years ago on Forza Motorsport 4. Now, I always enjoyed doing paint jobs and Bono Group stuff like that, so it was something that I tended to do pretty well on the storefront when I listed them. Now I started to gain some of my vinyls, traded with other people, got vinyl groups, designed stuff like that, and eventually gained a pretty decent inventory of vinyl groups and designs. So my stock is constantly getting better and better. Anyway, at the prime of my rise on Forza Motorsport, I had gone from the top 100, I believe it was 140. I was ranked 140 on the global leaderboards for graphic designer, and within 2 days had gone up to number 3. So by the next day, at this point I'm really paying attention because I'm really trying to get to the top. At this point, I'm number 3. I might as well. So I go to check on it the next day, and I'm nowhere to be found. Not, I can't find it. It's literally every single one of my scores were wiped. You go to the leaderboard, I have no score whatsoever. At that point, I was offering all my stuff for free. So I got pretty heated about the whole thing and ended up trading the game in and got rid of all of them. I had Forza 2, Forza 3, and Forza 4 at this point. Traded them all in because if the company's gonna screw me over like that, fuck. Um, so a couple of my friends hounded me to get it and hounded me to get it back and hounded me to get it back, and probably about 3 or 4 months later I ended up picking up another copy of Forza 4 on the cheap. So I figured, screw trying to do it for the notoriety or any of that. I'll just do it to make money. So I started offering them at reasonable prices for sales, and of course, didn't have any problem making sales. And then I started noticing my stuff was being downloaded, and my download numbers were going up, but I wasn't getting the money for it. So I was getting downloads, but I wasn't getting paid for it, which was odd to me. So I started thinking about it, and I thought, why, if this was somebody on a modded Xbox or whatever, why would it be downloaded? Why wouldn't they just take the file as it is instead of downloading it? Like it just didn't make sense for it to not be anybody but somebody in the Forza mainframe somewhere, somebody on the inside. So I ended up calling them out on it, and almost immediately my stuff in my storefront starts going under review. Now we're talking about completely innocent stuff. We're not talking about, naked pictures of girls or cursing or anything that would be offensive in any way, shape, or form. We're talking about like engine vinyls and murals of like samurai swords and figurines and stuff like that. Like, a lot of this stuff, even was pretty well known stuff that vinyl groups that were fairly common. Um, so there was really no way that any of my stuff could have legitimately gone up for review. So it kept happening, and kept happening, and kept happening, to the point that I didn't even play for probably about a year, over a year. And I finally got back on maybe a couple of weeks ago, and start doing a couple more vinyl group deals, stuff like that, making more money, the downloads start rolling in, And all of a sudden, all my stuff starts going under review. Now, not just my designs, now, not just my vinyl groups, but now my replays, my photos, everything. Wiped out my whole storefront. Under review, under review, everything under review. Everything. So, maybe 2 weeks later, something like that, a week or two later, I just got back on. This was, what, the other day. Yesterday. I notice all my stuff is under review. Again. After they had reinstated all my stuff, I, put stuff back up, made absolutely certain there was nothing that could be even implied to offend anyone. Literally, pictures of engines, logos, SpongeBob, for Christ's sake. If you can find SpongeBob offensive, I really don't know what is going on in your head, personally. But not only that, now all the cars I had in my auction house are all under review. So, here we are. That's the point that I'm at now, and I figured I'd finally, make a video about it and get it down. Maybe other people have had the same issues with them, but it really seems to me like Forza Motorsport does not like people doing well. They like to keep people down. If it seems like a lot of the people who you see on the storefront right there, featured, most downloaded, most highest rated, this and that and the other thing, it seems to be the same group of people. There'll even be one person with like 3 or 4 different things on the featured list. Now, how is that not fishy at all to anybody? And that's the way it's been from the beginning. But my hypothesis is there are Forza insiders that are actually playing the game and actually in the game and taking advantage of being a Forza insider, and when people who are not in the club surpass them in any way, shape, or form, they use their power to basically smite that person. And it's ridiculous, and this is me officially calling Forza Motorsport out on it. And maybe there's other people with the same problems. I don't know.